I'm Shahar.
And I'm Nash, and we're with BuzzBooster.tv.
Yes, today we are going to talk a little bit about things you need to do in marketing.
Yes.
We have a very special guest.
Very special.
And a cool tool.
A very cool tool.
Yeah, the first thing we want to talk about is, you know, many times we think that marketing is using a tool and that's it. For example, the fact that you might be using Facebook. Understand one thing. Marketing is every single touch point you have with clients and prospects.
Yes.
So
every single touch point.
Exactly. So let's think about how many touch points are in a normal interaction in a service business, for example, like ours. When the phone rings.
Yes, that's marketing.
Who answers? How it's answering? What kind of message is there?
Yes.
That's a touch point.
Touch point.
When they decide to do a meeting with you, for example, what's one of the very first things we do? Sometimes even before
in the reception?
No, over the internet.
Send them a questionnaire?
We send them a questionnaire, an assessment, in order not only to show them that we need more information in order to give the right advice,
that's marketing,
but also to qualify them,
yes,
and change the perception that we are selling something.
Not exactly.
Right? Well, every single touch point,
everything,
is really important. Your packaging, if you're sending them any kind of product, is very important.
Yes.
You do pay a lot of attention when we ship anything, right?
Yes. Especially like in the beginning when we did a lot of stuff on eBay even where we would sell, and I was proud of every comment, every review that we got that said that the package was well packaged.
Exactly.
But see, people don't understand that everything is marketing. So the way that you package, what you put inside, how you do it, how well you seal it, everything. It's not that, because you know, especially with products, people think that the packaging is only literally the packaging of the product. So if I'm selling a soda pop, then the can is what they need to care about. Well, really, they don't stop to think that the can is what you think about, but it's also where you place the can and how you ship it.
What kind of peanuts you're going to put in there, if you're going to use newspaper, which would be a bad idea. Another thing, when we send direct mail, we pay a lot of attention on how the direct mail piece goes inside the envelope.
Yep.
Because people will open that envelope from the back.
So they open the envelope, when they pull it out, what do they see first? Things like that. Every detail matters, and people overlook those things. So they think.
Yeah, tell them about the stamps when we are sending.
Well, yeah. So it's even like when we sell a piece of direct mail, the objective is to make them think and feel like Grandma sent it to them.
Yes, that's very important.
Everything we do is with that in mind. So even like with the stamp on it, it's a little crooked because, you know, you put it on there and it looks like a human being, someone who loved you, sent it.
And we send those big, beautiful stamps.
Colorful.
Yes, we don't allow to have just something that they could tell is a marketing piece inside.
Not the boring bell or whatever. So
very important.
Very important.
Right? We don't send the name of the company in the return address.
So it goes as Shahar and Nash instead of BuzzBooster. It could say BuzzBooster because Shahar and Nash. So they think it's a person, well, two in this case. And you know, Shahar, it's funny because people will market on Facebook and stuff, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm marketing. I'm on Facebook."
Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
You know, really is an analogy today that happens that, you know, it's the same thing. When you open a bank account, do you ever try to take money out before depositing?
No.
It wouldn't happen, right?
No.
It's just totally not logical.
Yeah.
So why people think that when they are marketing, they open an account on Facebook or they put their face out there on Twitter or something, and then they think the next day they should be getting business.
Yeah, exactly. I like that analogy.
Yeah. People, let's grow up. You do have to work in order to get return when you're doing marketing, your marketing strategy. And it's very foolish of you to think that just because there is something out there that is free, you can use, and the next day you're going to have return without having to do anything.
It would be nice.
Yeah, it would be very nice.
But it doesn't happen that way.
It doesn't happen. So, another thing that you pointed today was an article you saw at Harvard Review.
Yes, I saw a thing on Harvard Business Review.
About follow-up.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
And really the importance of quick follow-up, especially when you're doing online. They did some research, and they said that 1 hour between getting that lead and making the follow-up makes the hugest difference in actually converting that person.
Yes, and what we actually had a client like that he was using pay-per-click and getting a lot of
leads.
Really folders.
Like he had his stats.
Yeah, and he let it wait like a week, or well, when he showed us, they were kind of
like a month old.
Come on, people! Online, when somebody's clicking on something, they are usually clicking on many other competitors just like you.
Yes, they want instant gratification. They don't want to wait.
Yes, so you need to be really quick and respond that. Now, of course, you're not going to be checking your email and things all day long, but if you have autoresponder messages set up, that happens automatically. But they are getting something from you right away. Decreases the level of anxiety for those people, and it stands out because most people do not do that, believe me. And the third one, you start a relationship right away.
Yeah, exactly. What do you have in place to ease the anxiety level when someone submits and it tells you that they have an interest in you? What do you have in place to really follow up with them quickly, even without you being there?
Yeah, and if you're the type of girl or guy that is always saying, I don't have time for this, remember there are automated ways of doing this. You only do the work once and it stays there.
That's it.
Like the autoresponder.
That's right.
Right? So remember, every single touch point matters and is part of marketing.
Yes.
Okay?
And it's powerful.
Oh, whew, that was a big rant, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so now we want you to take a look at one of our very special friends and a guest on the show. Hey, I'm here with a very smart cookie that you need to know. It's James Wedmore. And this guy knows a lot about video sales letter. Well, we all know they convert really well, but let's go in depth then. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Tell me why video sales letters first.
That's a great question. I think the first thing we have to tackle is why, because they're popping up everywhere. Just go to take a search down the ClickBank marketplace and you're going to see that the products that are selling in there are selling with video. And a lot of them are selling with just video. So we've started to ditch the long copy sales letter that scrolls on and on and on, which is actually a really good thing because most of us dread writing. We hate copy. We hate writing copy because it can be really, really difficult or really, really expensive. Copywriters, recently I had a friend of mine who went to a John Carlton copywriting workshop. His staff charges a minimum of $25,000 to write your sales letter. So that's really expensive. But through the experience I've had with converting my sales letters to video sales letters, we've seen that the copy, and what I mean by copy is the specific usage of linguistically ninja crafting your words, doesn't have as much of an effect on the result, the sale, the call to action, the conversion. Instead, the little formula or equation that I like to say is that if you follow the sequence, and if you talk with conviction or passion, use tonality, you're going to have success. You're going to make the sales because people. There's the modality of hearing, the words, but it's the emotion you convey when you say those words that text doesn't convey.
And businesses today are about having personality. If you don't show that personality at any moment, it's really difficult to get a connection. Now, about this sequence, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
What's so exciting about the sequence, like I said, we don't need to go into the specifics of copy, but another thing with video is people hear video, and I'm sure you've seen this all the time, is that people run for the hills as soon as they hear the word video because they don't want to be in front of the camera. As soon as the camera's on them, it's just a little glass lens and they get very intimidated by it. They can speak in front of thousands of people, but when that camera's on, they don't know what to say. Well, with the video sales letter, we get to create a sequence, and then out of that sequence, we write a script, and if you can read that script, we can record your audio and just use text and images, put them together, and you'll sound magnificent.
And I don't have to worry about a bad hair day then.
Exactly. You could be doing it in your pajamas in the basement, which is usually how I'm doing it. So, and people never know. So there is a sequence. Now, it's a 10-step sequence that follows similar to the AIDA model, which most people, if you ever took a business marketing 101 class in college, that's the attention, interest, desire, and action. You got to start by getting the attention of your viewer, then build up the interest, create desire for your product or service, and then most importantly, give them a call to action. Now I'm going to try and remember those 10 steps of the 10-step sales letter sequence. The first step is obviously attention. Okay, so this is about telling the reader or the viewer why they're here and why they need to watch this video and why they need to watch it right now. And once you've done that, you're going to transition into the pain points or identifying the negative problem that this person is going through, because you're going to solve their problem with your product, whether it's saving them money, increasing their income, helping them with relationships, helping them lose weight, get in shape, etc. They're frustrated with something. You need to be able to identify that, and that's empathy. Showing them, I get you. I understand that you're embarrassed to take your shirt off at the beach because you think everyone's looking at you. I have the solution for that. So identify the problem and tell them, I get you. From there, we transition into the solution, and that's you. That's you and your product. Say, that's why I have the solution for you. From there, we're going to start to do things like show the features and benefits. I believe that's step 4. After the features and benefits, we want to already give a call to action. So now we're at step 5 out of 10, call to action. But we don't stop there. Social proof, which is testimonials, case studies, anything that you can say. We say like to say authority blank, but anything that says like, wow, this person is legit. This person knows what they're talking about. Do you have credentials? Do you have experience? Did this happen to you? What's your story? Social proof, and then there is the risk reversal, which is simply a guarantee. Okay, because you're going to be having to identify and obliterate objections throughout any sales sequence. People are going to say, yeah, but this sounds good, but one of the biggest ones you always get is, yeah, I just don't think this is going to work for me, or I just don't know if I'm going to get my value out of this. If I'm going to give you my money, am I going to get my value out of it? And that's where you can throw in your guarantee. And I like to say something like, I don't know what you're thinking right now. Will this work for me? Will I lose weight, or will I attract the woman of my dreams, or will I increase my income by 2 to 3 or 4 times? And if you just go in and say it, if you don't, if you have any questions whatsoever, if you're unhappy with the course in any way, simply send me an email. I'll give you a full refund in the next 60 days, no questions asked. So that's your risk reversal. Pretty simple and straightforward. Next, this is I believe step 9 that we're on, is you're going to introduce scarcity. This is actually pretty impressive. I made it all the way down.
That's good memory.
So scarcity is if you've done successful up to this point, then you've got people saying, yes, this is what I want. This is good. But I have all this other stuff I have to do. Yeah. So scarcity will say you got to do it now. You can't wait. So the most common examples, and you'll see it all the time, is only 50/13 copies left, or the doors close this Sunday. Or I can only take 10 people for my thing, or this webinar has only 100 people is a great example. Register now. So you got to tell people in some way that they have a limited time and they must act right now. Then of course we end with our final call to action, and the call to action is always, just tell them in the simplest way, like submit your name and email, or a sales letter. So it's click the link below. If it was a squeeze page, we could say submit your name and email. But click the link below, and you can even go more descriptive. And there's a short order form on the next page. Fill out your details, and you'll be given access to the entire course in just minutes. Now, I also like to end with a little reminder. Pull out your biggest benefit. You go, remember, this course is designed to double your income in the next 6 months. How would that look for you in your life? What would that do for you, your family? And
so really show what they are going to become by using your product.
And you can even do things and go, and don't forget the 60-day guarantee, or don't forget this, or don't forget that. Just give them that final reminder, and then just say, I'll see you on the inside. Yeah. So
now you do what you teach, and you've been using this formula quite a bit in your own sales letters. So can you tell them the kind of conversion that you're getting, and what's the average conversion?
Yeah, the average conversion right out of the gate is, and the best way is if you already have an existing product, you can basically take your non-copy sales letter and convert it into the video form, and people are seeing out of the gate double their conversion rates, which is really cool. Really, really cool. We've been able to increase conversion rates, one of our products up to 5.5%, which was incredible because that was also a product that we doubled the price point for that market. But on average, it's between 2 to 3% is what I see. So you just kind of have to do the numbers and say, how many visitors do I need? What's my price point? How much can I expect to make by doing this? And if that makes sense, I mean, spending a little bit of time to create a video sales letter is definitely worth it.
Well, just to have an idea, if I was shooting a direct mailing campaign, the average conversion when it's 1% is good. So see, if you can make a video sales letter with 5%, that's over the top good.
Yeah, and there are a lot of reasons why the conversion rates are that high. You get to control the sequence. You're conveying all three modalities. So they see the text on the screen, they hear the text, your script, but they don't even just hear the words. Like I said, they hear the tonality. You get passionate. You speed up your pace and your tone at certain times. You slow it down. You have pauses. You know, the tonality thing is one of the hugest aspects of it. But you also have images, animations. You have a sequence that you follow. It all comes together. You know, we're sold on infomercials all the time. It's TV, we're ingrained with it. So
that's very good.
It's powerful in a lot of ways.
It's really powerful. It's really powerful. Now, tell me, if people want to know more about you, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, videosalesmagic.com is the best place where you can find out more about how to create your very own video sales letter. Videosalesmagic.com.
Thank you very much. You know, just review to them how they can triple conversion in whatever they are doing by moving to video sales letter, and more than anything, following 10 simple steps that make all the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you had a tool for them.
I do. Actually, it's a tool that I quite like it myself. When you're doing
And
things,
when she quite likes something, she talks about it all the time.
I do.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, really, this tool has been essential when we're sending files between us and clients, or really more for me than it's even when we're outsourcing things and we need to send large files to them and back and forth and do this and do that. And it's really called Dropbox. Drop as in, you know, fall. Dropbox as in not a circle or not a square. Well, a square.
Whatever.
Anyway, Dropbox.com. And you go there, sign up, free account, and they give you, it's free up to however many megs, and then you upgrade it. It's very inexpensive. But the nice thing about it is, let's say, Shahar, I have a Dropbox account, and I want to share something with you. You have a Dropbox account. I just drag and drop into this little folder, and you get it immediately on your computer.
Yeah, and that's very important because,
Yes.
for example, in our case, we do a lot of videos, and we also do video testimonials for other people, and we want to send it to them. And this is, it used to be a problem.
Well,
It
it's
used to be a
tough
problem.
because
Now it's
if
pretty
you
good.
have, if you have a large file, then hey, you have to either upload it to YouTube, let's say, but you don't want to do it that because you don't want it to be public. Then you want to email it to them, but you can't do that because the file is too large. It's never going to get there. And then if you have an FTP in place, you can send it
And
to
if
the
you
FTP.
know how to do that
you know
and
that-
everything.
Yes, it's a burden. Well, if you have Dropbox, you just drag and drop it into this little folder, and they get it on the other side. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It saves you time and makes your life a lot easier.
Yes, it does.
Right.
And we're all about that.
Yeah, exactly. We are all about making our life easier, so automate as much as possible and enjoying life.
That's right.
And that's what you should do
Especially
with
the
your business.
enjoying life part. Yes.
Yes. You know, for more information, and if you would like some training, you should go to BuzzBooster.com.
That's right. See you there.
See you next time.
BuzzBooster.com. Bye.